When it comes to drifting legends, few names carry the same respect, admiration, and raw sideways passion as the Nissan Silvia S14. This isn't just a car, it's a statement, a machine born in the 90s that still dominates drift tracks and streets all over the world today. The Silvia S14 represents the perfect blend of style, balance, and performance, and even decades after its release, it continues to inspire a whole generation of car enthusiasts, tuners, and drifters. The story of the S14 begins in 1993, when Nissan introduced it as the successor to the wildly popular Silvia S13. Now, the S13 was already a drifting favorite, loved for its lightness, affordability, and tuning potential. But the S14 was something else. It was longer, wider, lower, and had a much more aggressive design compared to its predecessor. This was Nissan's way of showing the world that the Silvia line wasn't just continuing, it was evolving. The car looked sharper, handled better, and had even greater potential for glory on the streets, the circuits, and especially the drift scene. Under the hood, the S14 came equipped with the legendary SR20DET engine, a 2.0-litre turbocharged inline-4 that, even in stock form, produced around 220 horsepower. But the magic of the SR20DET wasn't in its stock numbers, it was in its potential. This engine was a blank canvas for tuners. A simple turbo upgrade, a front-mount intercooler, bigger injectors, and EQ tuning could easily push power beyond 350 horsepower, and with proper builds, people were squeezing out 500+ horsepower without breaking a sweat. The SR20DET became the heart of countless drift builds, a powerhouse that proved reliable, tunable, and ready for abuse lap after lap. But here's the thing, drifting isn't just about brute horsepower. Anyone can bolt on a big turbo and make the tires scream. What makes the Silvia S14 truly special is its balance. The chassis was designed with performance in mind. Rear-wheel drive, lightweight construction, and near-perfect weight distribution gave it the kind of handling that drifters crave. The car doesn't just slide, it flows. When you throw the S14 into a corner, it doesn't fight you. It communicates with you. The steering, the throttle, the chassis, they all speak the same language. That's why the Silvia S14 became one of the most respected drift machines of its era. Compared to the S13, the S14 featured a wider track and improved suspension geometry, making it more stable and predictable at higher speeds. Where the S13 was raw and nimble, the S14 felt refined, confident, and planted. Pro drifters quickly embraced the S14 because it offered that extra level of control, especially when pushing the car to the absolute limit. And visually, the car stood out. Its sleek lines, low profile, and aggressive headlights gave it a distinct 90s JDM identity that still turns heads today. Transforming a stock S14 into a proper drift car doesn't take much. The formula has been proven time and time again. Start with a set of coilover suspension to tighten up body control and allow the chassis to stay composed during aggressive transitions. Add a limited slip differential to make sure both rear wheels spin in harmony. Then, throw in an angle kit, which allows for insane steering lock and dramatic drift angles that the stock setup could never achieve. Lightweight wheels wrapped in sticky rubber give the car grip where it's needed, while a hydraulic handbrake provides precise initiations that are critical for both street and competitive drifting. Add a roll cage, racing seats, and harnesses, and you have a car that's not only capable but also safe when you're going sideways at high speeds. But beyond the parts and performance, what makes the S14 so legendary is the culture it represents. In Japan, it became a staple of toga battles in the mountains. It became a frequent contender in the early days of D1 Grand Prix, where professional drifters pushed the car to its absolute limits and showcased its true potential. Koichi Tsuchiya, the Drift King himself, helped cement the Silvia's reputation, showing that this car wasn't just capable, it was iconic. And soon, the reputation of the Silvia S14 spread far beyond Japan. In the United States, Europe, and beyond, enthusiasts began importing, modifying, and drifting S14s. It became a symbol of grassroots motorsport, proof that you didn't need a supercar to have supercar levels of fun. The beauty of the S14 is that it appeals to everyone. To beginners, it's approachable, affordable, and easy to learn in. To professionals, it's a platform that can handle insane amounts of power and extreme modifications. And to collectors, it's a piece of 90s Japanese automotive history, a reminder of a golden era when cars were built light, simple, and full of character. Of course, like all legends, the S14 has its quirks. Rust can be an issue. Finding a clean, unmodified example today is rare and expensive. And because of its popularity in drifting, many S14s have lived hard lives, making them harder to restore. But for enthusiasts, those challenges only add to the car's mystique. Each Silvia S14 on the road today carries a story, whether it's a story of street battles, track competitions, or late-night wrenching sessions in a garage. When you see an S14 slide through a corner, smoke pouring from the rear tires, engine screaming, and headlights cutting through the haze, you realize something important: this car isn't just metal and rubber. It's emotion, it's freedom, it's the embodiment of what drifting is all about: control through chaos, beauty through destruction, and art through motion. The Nissan Silvia S14 is more than just a car. It's a culture. It's a symbol of speed, style, and sideways obsession. From the winding mountain passes of Japan to the competitive circuits of D1GP and Formula Drift, it has proven itself as one of the greatest drift cars of all time. Loved by enthusiasts, respected by races, and remembered by anyone who has ever seen it tear through a corner, the S14 has secured its place in history. So whether you're looking at it as a collector, a tuner, or simply as a fan of JDM legends, one thing is clear: the Nissan Silvia S14 will always stand tall as a drift icon. Built for speed, perfected for drifting, and immortalized by the community that continues to keep its spirit alive. And if there's one rule that every Silvia S14 teaches you, it's this: on the streets, on the track, or in your heart, sideways is the only way.